Good morning. Today I'm going to present an article called The Portrayal of EFL Teachers in Official Discourse, The Perpetuation of Disdain. This article was written by Professor Carmen Helena Guerrero. In this article, she made an analysis of the discourses used by the Estándares Básicos de Competencias en Lenguas Extranjeras Inglés, Formar en Lenguas Extranjeras el Reto. This document is part of a series of handbooks published by the Ministry of Education of Colombia. It is aligned or adopts the Common European Framework, and in this research she used critical discourse analysis based on Holiday and Clause's representation approach combined with Faircloth's methodology for the critical discourse analysis. The key theoretical concepts she revised are the clause by Holiday. Holiday and Matheson said that there are three different meanings present in a clause. The first one is the message, the second one is the exchange, and the third one is the representation.
The clause as representation guided the analysis of this data, although the three meanings occur simultaneously. Holiday states that reality is made up of processes: the process itself, the participants in the process, the circumstances associated with the process. For the purpose of this study, she analyzed the participants in the process. It means the teacher's representations in the standards. Focus of the study. She analyzed how the document standards constructed three concepts: bilingualism, English, and Colombian English teachers. She used the standards as the main data source, and the research methodology is followed by Faircloth and Holiday discourse analysis. These are the findings she came up with. She categorized them into three different categories. Teachers are invisible. The second one is teachers are clerks, and the third one is teachers are technicians or marketers.
Teachers are invisible. So in here there is an exclusion of teacher voices, and teachers were not consulted for building this document. She said that this is probably due to these three different reasons. The first one, whose knowledge is valid. Probably teachers' knowledge is not valid because it's not scientific. That's why the validity here is for the Ministry of Education. The second one is institutionalized forms of capital. Bourdieu mentions that there are three different forms of cultural capital: the embodied, the objectified, and institutionalized. It means that institutionalized cultural capital has more prestige in our society, has certification, it's a valid knowledge. So again, teachers were not taken into consideration because of this. And finally, there is a conception that teachers are less intelligent or less capable than the rest of the professionals in Colombia. And she mentions this and she gives two reasons to explain this. First of all, is because some time ago, teachers didn't have to have a high score to be admitted at universities. They didn't have to have a high score in the ICFES while the other professionals did. And also because some time ago, the programs or careers for teaching were lasted only 4 years, and the rest 5 years. She explained this based on these two reasons.
Well, regarding the invisibility of teachers, this excerpt illustrates what she analyzed. This is one of the first excerpts that are present in the standards. And here you can see that she analyzed this based on the clause as representation by Holiday. In this excerpt, you can perceive or read the activities or verbs impulsa, favorece, and fomenta, which have positive connotations. It means that the Ministry of Education is doing something right. And you can perceive the objectives and the language to be learned and developed. The means will be the PNB or the Programa Nacional de Bilingüismo, and the participants involved In this excerpt is basically the men who plays a very prominent role, who are excluded, so teachers and students are not present here. She also questions that Spanish, indigenous languages, and English seems to have the same treatment or budget, but that's not the case. We know that Spanish and indigenous languages don't receive the same budget as English. So there is a lack of understanding of teachers' roles, and teachers are just expected to follow instructions according to this.
She used four different sources to represent or to show how the invisibility of teachers was shown in these standards. The first one is a table with the main actions proposed by the men to improve English learning and teaching, and the actions of the men are focused on supporting only teachers' preparation, so it means teachers as trainees. The table two is an invitation letter to participate in a committee to formulate and validate the standards. And here she concluded that there is a disregard for the work of Colombian academics. The third table showed a letter sent by a group of Colombian academics questioning the unilateral adoption of common European framework. And she analyzed here that we continue to behave as colonies. It means we continue borrowing everything from abroad, from Europe, right, as colonized people. And fourth one, the last one, is a letter of invitation sent by the men to Colombian academics. And in here, she points out that teachers are positioned as followers whose role is to obey the rules without questioning them.
Teachers are clerics. She borrowed the definition of clerics by Jerome, that says that teachers are viewed as employees who follow diligently the directions of a distant authority. Teachers are seen as deliverers to be efficient. Teachers in standards are constructed as trainees. The teacher's role is relegated to that of fulfilling a clerical job. They are not valued as intellectuals because the ministry here is the one that possesses the knowledge and that has the valid knowledge. Their autonomy is not considered because they have to follow rules established by the ministry, and there is an adoption of a marketing discourse.
This is an example of how this is shown in some excerpts. So the man positions itself as the authority that determines what teachers have to do and fulfill the task assigned. Schools just have the role of watching over, and the tenor, which is in this case the Ministry of Education, shows an unequal power relationship between the writer and the audience. Finally, teachers as technicians and marketers. So in here she interpreted like the schools are businesses, teachers are employees of those businesses, and students are the products the teachers make. So teachers' role is to make good products. The teachers still have to follow orders, but there is an emphasis on the quality of the final product, as stated by the Minister of Education at that time, Cecilia Maria Vélez White. As you can read, she said that the two words highlighted convencidos and capaces, so it means that teachers have to be convinced and capable of doing that in order to achieve the goal. So when they are portrayed here, they are shown, but they are shown with all the responsibility.
Finally, she concluded that there is a poor conception of teachers, and the ideology of the colonized produces as a result an asymmetrical power-knowledge relationship. Teachers are portrayed from lazy and unintelligent to problematic and mediocre. Teaching is not a profitable and distinguished profession in our country. There is a value of teachers' level of education, and in fact, preschool teachers are more undervalued than university teachers. There isn't any value of their devotion, sacrifices, effort, and magic in terms of the poor salary conditions we have. Teachers are invisible for the Ministry of Education. And finally, the man assumes teachers are just instructors as trainees with limited, superficial, and technical knowledge, while the men sees itself as a body of specialists coached by the British Council experts. Thank you so much. If you have any comment or questions, please write them down. Thank you.